YouTube, what's going on? Back at it again with another video with your boy Slick as Bandino here with another video. We are doing reactive video to K Flock being sentenced. You know what I mean? Hey, don't do the crime if you ain't trying to do the time. But hey, from knowing a little bit of background from this, from watching it before, I ain't even gonna lie, not this specific video, but when it first came out, the case and shit first came out, it looked like it was self defense. You know what I mean? Because bro was out walking with his sister. Homeboy came out the cut from the little shop and you know what I mean, tried to press him. And K Flock stood on business. You feel me? But look, man, like, comment, subscribe. We trying to grow this page. You feel me? Not only is this a reaction page channel, this is also a channel to where I play video games and do my live streams of video games too. You know what I mean? So you might catch me doing reactions, or you might catch me playing some GTA 5, GTA 6, hopefully this year. But GTA 5, Call of Duty. What else I be playing? Among Us, Repo. Repo just came out, so I played a couple. Did a couple of trials up on the game. I'm just gonna say that. Ark Survival Evolve, Hogwarts, a lot of different games. Fortnite with my nephews, you know what I mean? A lot of different games. So if you guys just want to see more of that content or just all around content, you might catch me doing an IRL one of these days, you know what I mean? Make sure y'all stay in tune and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, please. I appreciate it. But let's jump right into it.
A lot of talk about the trial. I just want to set the record straight though.
Just hours after being convicted in one of the most high-profile RICO cases in the drill scene, K Flock finally broke his silence. But before that calm came the storm. Inside the courtroom, things went left, fast. As the judge read out guilty verdict after guilty verdict, K Flock wasn't having it. Without any remorse, after being sentenced, K Flock angrily stormed out of the courtroom, leaving the judge, his lawyer, and the crowd astounded. But what he did after that, even wilder. So what does this mean for his case, and could it shift how the sentencing plays out? Let's break it down. K Flock's reaction to the guilty verdict. New York rapper K Flock's RICO trial has become one of the most high-profile cases in the drill rap scene, with fans across the country following every twist since his arrest back in December 2021. In February 2023, he was hit with a sweeping federal RICO indictment alongside multiple co-defendants. The trial officially began on March 10, 2025, and by just the second day, Thursday, March 20th, the jury had already reached a verdict. K Flock, whose real name is Kevin Perez, was convicted on several serious charges tied to gang activity, shootings, and racketeering. And let's just say, his reaction in court had people talking. His attorney, Michael Ashley, also left the courtroom without offering any statements, clearly reflecting the weight of what had just gone down. While K Flock was acquitted on one count, murder in aid of racketeering, he's still staring down the possibility of a mandatory life sentence. The jury found him guilty on several other charges.
A mandatory life sentence? Woo! Yo, I don't know what's up with y'all young niggas, man. Y'all young niggas need to pay attention to TK. TK is the prime example of a crash out. Like, literally. If y'all want y'all kids to behave in school, and when y'all, as y'all getting older or whatnot, show them the video of TK and him being sentenced, and tell them straight up, look, this is a prime example. If you do some dumb shit, it's gonna catch up to you. Real shit. Stay your ass out of trouble. All y'all, stay y'all asses out of trouble.
Including racketeering conspiracy, use of a firearm resulting in death, attempted murder, assault with a dangerous weapon in aid of racketeering, and possession of a firearm in connection with those crimes. The charges stem primarily from the murder of 24-year-old Huáscar Oscar Hernandez, who was gunned down outside a Harlem barbershop on December 16, 2021. Although Flock was able to beat the murder charge, fingers remain crossed as the possibility of a life sentence still looms over.
Yeah, why he beat the charge? Because, mans, if y'all just seen the little video clip right there, that was him walking with his sister. Hold on, let me rewind a little bit.
Outside a Harlem barbershop on December 16, 2021. Although Flock was able to.
Now you see that's Flock and his sister right here walking by. The girl in the pink little jacket or whatnot, and then K Flock in the black jeans right here with the black puffer coat. You see, they just casually walking by. New York City is small as hell. You know what I mean? So most likely this barbershop is one of the is infamous. It might be one of the most poppin' fucking barbershops in the hood. You know what I mean? Or where everybody know, hey, a good barber, be up in there chopping up, getting the hairline correct. So everybody gonna go there. You feel me? So when you see your op walking by, that was him. I guess dude came out tried to press the issue. K Flock had that thing on him. Had that thing on because hey, I ain't even gonna lie, as a real nigga, real shit. If I'm with my sister and somebody trying to pop out the cut and y'all got issues with me, y'all might as well just let it slide because if you walk up on me, it's gonna be motherfucking 4th of July. Nigga, I'm with my family. I'm with my sister. It could be with I'm with my nephews, my sisters, my mama. It don't matter. Family is not included. You know what I mean? But I'm not saying, I don't project that type of energy out in this world or whatnot. But nah, I'm just saying. Because, there's a lot of crazy people up in this world. So I'd be damned for a motherfucker walk up on me thinking he crazy, blah, blah, blah. Nah, bro. I don't care if you're coming out the motherfucking Walmart. Leave you in there like the baby did. Telling
The murder charge. Fingers remain crossed as the possibility of a life sentence still looms over the rapper as we approach the July 16th sentence. While Flock initially appeared to be disappointed by the jury's decision, he later took to his official Instagram to directly give his fans an update on his case via an audio message. The March 21st audio clip begins with the rapper acknowledging fans and everyone that had been a part of the case for all the support they provided throughout the proceedings.
Flock here, been a lot of talk about the trial. I just want to set the record straight though. Make my first official statement about it. I want to give thanks to everybody who supported me and kept me in their prayers. I want to thank everyone who was involved in my trial, especially the judge who made sure I was treated with respect throughout the process.
He, the 21-year-old, also singled out his lawyer, Michael Ashley, appreciating him for not giving up on him and putting up a hell of a fight. He concluded,
damn, 21? 21 and you might be fighting a life thing? Hey, I ain't even gonna lie. Free my boy K Flock. Free that boy K Flock because I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah, you can't have no firearm up in New York City, so on and so forth. Yeah, la, 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 la. But my boy was, if y'all know his status, that's why he wasn't out here lacking. You feel me? That's why he wasn't out here lacking, which is understandable, and I understand that you can't have no weapon no matter your status, blah, 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 because you in New York City. Even in California, you can't have no blah, blah, blah. Okay, okay, okay. But my boy ain't even on top yet to even get security. So what was he supposed to do? Just risk his life every day without having something to protect himself? No matter if it's a shank or a gun? Understandable, but look, y'all gotta dismiss it. I would say, yo, free my boy, yo. Free that boy K Flock, yo. Real shit, real spill. He already beat the murder, self defense. Let that boy go. He ain't endangering nobody. But now, since he did what he had to do, I bet you niggas will stop playing with him. You know what I mean? Let that boy free, man.
the message by emphasizing that the fight wasn't over and urged his fans to remain positive until the very end. Flock said,
I want to thank every one of my fans and supporters. I lay out everything to the chin, nothing to the heart. And my spirits and faith is higher than ever been, and I pray everyone out there is at peace and feel positive too.
The audio message came just moments after the rapper took to his Instagram story to express excitement over beating the murder charge and also lead his fans with some words of wisdom. Flock's statement was reshared on X by Seichi, and it read in part, I beat the top count. I made the judge cry. He said now he's not forced to give me life. Alhamdulillah, everything good, not good, and everything bad, not bad. Just like he did in his audio message, Flock also reminded his fans to remain hopeful and hold their chin up until the very end. However, he ended his message in controversial terms when he sent out a deadly warning to snitches in a manner that could impact his chances of securing a lighter sentence. He wrote, chin up, chest out, shit ain't over, nowhere near. Remain a G and stay sucker free. Never fold, never will. Free the thoroughbred ones, kill all rats. The X post by Say Cheese quickly garnered several reactions from X users, with many of them expressing their disappointment over the rapper's threatening remarks about snitches and further.
Yeah, K Flock, look, I ain't even gonna lie. Bro, you already in jail, folks. You already in jail. Don't be out here just saying a whole bunch of goofy shit, knowing they might use it against you. You feel me? Let's not worry about no snitches. Let's not worry about no snitches. Let's do that. You know what I mean? Let's focus on getting out. You know what I mean? Stay positive when you out here talking to the people. You feel me? Because you want us to stay positive and have high belief and so on and so forth, and which is understandable. You feel me? But if you know you in trial for something, don't be the thing with the snitches, kill the snitch. You ain't even got to say that, my boy. You's the one on trial, my boy. You can't be saying stuff like that. Just beat your case. Tell us what's going on, and then move on. You feel me? That's it. You ain't have to say nothing else. You could have kept it G. I'm a real blah blah blah, and then left. You ain't have to say you was gonna, or not you specifically, but hey, kill fakes. Which, hey, in all, I understand that. You know what I mean? I understand where you're coming from, but bro. Right now, you is being watched. I don't think you should. You know what I mean? Just chill out. You feel me? Hey, free him though.
Highlighting how this may sway the judge against handing him a lighter sentence. Another person said, "Post can kill all rats and surely get him a light sentence." A third person commented, "There'll be the murder charge proceeding to post kill all the rats." Black young man taking non-stop.
So you see that? Non-stop L's. Like, bro, you didn't even have to say that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we know you beat the charge, but you didn't have to. You didn't have to say to kill all the rats. You didn't have to say that because now you're just making yourself and whoever you hang around with look more like a target. Stop, bro. Just chill.
Yeah. Flock's threatening message would certainly be giving his attorney serious headaches as they try to help him bag a reduced sentence instead of the mandatory life sentence that this could come to. However, Flock's decision to throw caution to the wind perfectly sums up the anger and betrayal he still feels after one of his friends testified against him in court. The friend in question goes by the name Vance Brockett.
And this is why I I only got two friends. Two friends. You see, these are my two friends right here. My homie Adam and my homie Devontae, two friends, locked in, just like this. You feel me? Other than like my video game homies, yeah, those my video game homies. Shout out to my boy Inglewood, INGLEWXXD. Don't forget the one. I know he ain't, we ain't playing with him, but look, shout out to my boy up on Twitch, Inglewood. You feel me? INGLEWXXD1. Y'all go tap in with my boy up on the Twitch side of things. But look, real spill. I ain't got many friends and whatnot, and this is why you got to watch out who you kick it with, because you do something and you think that's your boy. Now look, testing and find against you, especially if he already know what you did. That's why y'all need to pay attention on who you kick it around with and keep your mouth closed. If you know you did something, just know you and God know. You and God know, and whatever little cameras was around, because 2025, there's cameras every the fuck where. You feel me? But if there's no cameras around, remember, only you and God know. Keep quiet. Keep low. Keep quiet. Keep to yourself. Don't even tell your best friend. Don't even tell. I don't care if you're in the gang. Don't tell another gang member. Because they already, look what this, the 60s is going through. You know what I mean? You don't know who said what, and they all in a group together. Y'all all came up together, and now they saying Brick done this, Big U did this. Like, I'm just saying, it's too much. This is why you should do shit by yourself, solo dolo. You feel me? Lone fucking wolf. You see this up on my neck? You see this? It's a little wolf that symbolizes what I do for myself. I stride and do everything on my own. So if I'm gonna do it on my own, I'm keeping it to myself. Got me fucked up.
His testimony detailed how Flock had shot a rival gang member in retaliation for shooting him.
Niggas will snitch on you for a new Popeyes chicken sandwich that just came out with bacon on it.
According to an ex-user, K Flock shot a guy that shot his.
And I'm not saying they came out with a chicken sandwich with bacon on it. I'm not saying that, which would sound good. Shout out to Popeyes. But look, I'm just saying they would. They will snitch on you for a burger. Less sentencing for them.
Friend. That same friend testified against K Flock, stating K Flock shot the guy because the guy shot him, the friend. He testified against K. Flock, who went to war for him, leave the streets alone. Meanwhile, Inner City Press senior reporter Matthew Russell Lee provided a detailed account of how things played out in the court when Brockington took the stand as a cooperating witness. In a series of tweets, Lee detailed the cross-examination of Brockington by the Assistant United States Attorney. When asked by the prosecution who called him at the hospital after he got shot, Brockington responded, "KK, he said, you know we got you, bro." The prosecution then asked him to confirm that KK was the defendant, and he replied yes. He was going to retaliate against who shot me. Brockington went on to confirm that Flock led other gang members to do a revenge shooting that culminated in someone getting grazed in the face. Learning about the betrayal left many people enraged, but they still couldn't understand why Flock would jeopardize his chances of getting a lighter sentence, given the fact that he had beaten the murder charge. This major win came after a little drama in court that saw Brockington's sister testify that her brother's testimony was a lie. Flock's legal team then painted a more convincing account of the 2021 murder Flock is accused of committing, arguing that it was actually done in self-defense, and also insisted that the case against their client was a veiled attack on drill rap. This came after government attorneys used Flock's song lyrics and music videos as evidence against him during his trial. The prosecutors claimed that they served as a confession to the alleged murder as well as gang activity. According to prosecutors, it is a common practice within the drill rap scene for rappers to commit a shooting and then proceed to make songs about that very shooting, which inevitably raises the status of the rapper within the community. K-Flock's music video, Who Really Buggin', is reportedly cited as evidence, as prosecutors allege that it contains lyrics that directly reference a shooting. Furthermore, the prosecution argued that the glorification of crime through drill rap music has inevitably fostered a cycle of back-and-forth violence that has led to several deaths. However, Flock's legal team faulted the use of rap lyrics as evidence against the rapper, highlighting that it unfairly impacts the creative freedom of Black and Latino artists especially. They added that drill music doesn't necessarily depict reality and that Flock's songs weren't autobiographical, although Flock's legal team was able to convince the jury against convicting him of the murder charges. The jury unanimously agreed that Flock was guilty of all other charges brought against him. Their decision takes us a step closer to the end of this saga that has seen Flock spend over 3 years in jail. However, during the time, the rapper has consistently provided updates about his well-being, including statements, pictures from behind bars, and more. Back in July 2023, the rapper made the news after he shared a picture of himself on a call from his cell and included Lil Durk's One More Chance as the background music. The picture was initially shared to his Instagram story, but it was later reshared by DJ Academics alongside the caption, New K-Flock pic. Nearly a year later, K-Flock made the news again after he debuted a new look and new photos from jail. The picture appeared to be a screenshot from a jail phone call, and it first surfaced on X on March 17, 2024, and was reshared on Instagram by DJ Academics with the caption, K-Flock in good spirits. In the picture, the rapper seemed to have built up a more muscular frame and was sporting shoulder-length dreads. This was quite different from the look he had while making a name for himself as a rising star. A slender frame and...
Because you ain't got shit else to do in prison. You stuck with a whole bunch of dudes. What you think they do is sit there playing paper, rock, scissors? Sitting there talking about what the fuck R. Kelly and Diddy doing up in another jail cell? Nah, niggas is in there working out. Because if you pull up on me, it's going to be an issue. Shit.
Pulled back in a ponytail. The post also featured a video call which a friend recorded on his phone. During the video call, the rapper's friend tells Flock how many people are joining on what appears to be an Instagram Live. As the two catch up on things, nearly 700 people end up tuning into the live video before it concludes. Later that year, Flock released a 5-track EP titled Make America Flock Again, which saw him work with past collaborators like Lil Che on the opening track Fed Up. He also worked with several other artists, including AC Zoe, B-Love, and Kenzo Bala, and many more. Other tracks featured in the EP include What You On, Clicking, Everything K, and Talk to Me. Apart from releasing new music, K-Flock's time in jail afforded him some time to think about his past deeds and come up with a new outlook on life. Once known for spreading violence, the rapper mostly preached peace from jail and even launched a Stop the Violence campaign. In a June 17, 2023 Instagram...
See, here we go. Yeah, because your ass don't want to go back. So you know what that means when you come out? When you get out, hey, free my nigga K-Flock. But look, when you come out, be positive. Be nothing but straight positive. Do shit for the kids. Show that you actually trying to change, as a person so that the eyes will stop looking your way all the time and turn their heads another direction. You feel me? Come out with nothing but positivity. You can still rap about what you rap about. You know what I mean? Or you can switch it up a bit. You feel me? But come out with nothing but straight positivity because you don't want to go back. That the whole goal is to not go in general. As a man, the whole goal is not to go, not to even let the system even know you even exist. But bad enough they know you exist because you out here working and shit. But don't let them know you exist doing all this criminal shit. As an, you know what I mean? Because their eyes will never skip past you, bro. Never. It could be 100 black dudes and let it be 50 criminals, and the other 50, actually, never mind, they're gonna think we all fucking criminals.
On post, Flock penned a lengthy note where he talked about his resolve to use his influence as a positive force for good. He went on to give a shout out to several rappers.
More of the story I'm basically trying to say right there is when you come out, be positive. Just be positive. Because there be good niggas out here to where we still get identified as gang members or some shit like that. We like, what the fuck? I just got off a 12-hour shift. The fuck?
Who were also battling RICO cases like him, including Young Thug, Casanova, Tay K, Lil Boozy, YNW Melly, and many more. The post also featured a video that captured the rapper sharing a heartwarming moment with a little girl. He shared the post with the caption, "This is a PSA to all my fans and loved ones. If we all come together and move as one, we could change the world to a better and safer place. Stop the violence. Pray for me." The post has since garnered over 200,000 likes and more than 3,000 comments, with many of the rapper's fans rallying behind him. However, some people questioned the timing of the post and suggested that the rapper was only posing to be a changed person to try and buy some sympathy from the jury. They argued that time would eventually reveal the rapper's true identity, and given his
Man, sometimes shit, I ain't even gonna lie, we be good people until people come and did what he did. You know what I mean? Like for instance, K Flock probably a cool dude. A cool calm collected dude, just be chilling, vibing, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? That's how most people is in our community, black folks. You know what I mean? We cool, vibing, so on and so forth, chilling. You know what I mean? You gotta come at us with a certain type of energy or come at us talking out your neck to get us on that type of timing. You know what I mean? Because we ain't gonna sit there and be all cowards and shit. Nah, we about to stand our ground because nigga, I know you ain't coming like how dude came out the haircut fucking out the barbershop trying to press the issue. Bro. Folk, I'm with my sister. Folk, I am with my sister, man. Chill out on that shit. You know what I mean? But there's some people that don't think like that. They think just because they all trying to be all tough and mighty and all that shit. Hey, acting tough will get you out of here the quickest way. Real shit. The scariest dude will up and fire at you. I'm telling you, will up a fire at you just to get you out his face, get you out of off of planet Earth. Seeing Yahweh. Y'all better stop testing people, cause I bet you, I'm pretty sure he a chill dude. You just need to come at people. Watch the way you approach people. Is all I'm gonna say.
comments about killing all the rats. It seems Flock may have given up on getting a favorable sentence, and he is now back to calling the shots as a feared gang leader. K Flock led a deadly street gang. When K Flock surrendered himself to law enforcement in December 2021 after being named as a prime suspect in the murder of Oscar Hernandez, he had just turned 18 but had already mastered the art of masking his true identity. For years, the rapper hid behind his music while committing various crimes as the leader of a deadly street gang known as the Sevside/DOA. This was the same way he pushed a Stop the Violence campaign when it seemed to favor him, and then turned around to issue a kill notice on the man who snitched on him in court once it became obvious he would have to answer to his crimes. Flock has been masking his true identity for so long and had allegedly gotten away with many crimes before the murder of the 2021 murder of Hernandez. Although he was acquitted of the murder charges, acting U.S. Attorney Matthew Podolsky of the U.S. Attorney's Office, Southern District of New York, maintained that K Flock's conviction was a landmark victory for the U.S. justice system. While reacting to K Flock's conviction, Podolsky said in a statement, Kevin Perez, a /K/a K Flock, was the leader of a neighborhood street gang known as Sevside, DOA, and with that gang, he committed a series of gang-motivated shootings. Perez, a drill rapper, instilled fear across the community with his violent actions, and then threatened rivals, bragged about shootings, and taunted victims in his rap lyrics. Podolsky then hailed the decision of the jury, noting that it made certain that Flock would now be held accountable for his crimes. He concluded by praising the efforts of the prosecutors and law enforcement officials in bringing to an end the cycle of violence perpetrated by Kay Flock and his gang members. According to police, Flock and 7 other alleged South Side and Third Side gang members, Devin Mason, Nicholas Johnson, Irvin Beeman, Jossie Castro, Mitchell Grant, Isaiah Rouson, and Sean Smith, committed a murder and several shootings in the Bronx area from June of 2020 to February of 2022. A look back at Kay Flock's background shows the inevitability of his present situation. The rapper grew up in the Bronx, a city famed for its rich cultural legacy and widely recognized as the birthplace of hip-hop. However, beneath all that glitter lies one of the deadliest environments in New York City, dominated by several street gangs and criminal organizations.
Facts, because they ain't even allowed to have no weapons out there, like no guns and shit. Bro, they be carrying around sticks, sharp sticks, pencils, knives. Man,
Unsurprisingly, the presence of street gangs in the Bronx has led to a heightened level of violent crime within the area, as captured by a 2022 statistic that recorded a violent crime rate of 8.9 per 1,000 residents, which was significantly higher than the citywide rate of 5.1. Apart from the violence, there's also the matter of the crippling poverty that shapes the living standard in the Bronx. According to reports, about 27.7% of residents live below the poverty line, making the Bronx the poorest borough in New York City. This dangerous combination of poverty and violence has made the Bronx a breeding ground for street gangs that so many young...
Visit Grand Junction, Colorado. Dreams don't come with a roadmap.
Hey kiddos, it's getting dark. Blacks and Latinos like Kay Flock get entrapped in from an early age. In fact, the pull of street life is so strong that many families find themselves fighting a losing battle as they try to protect their children from its allure. While there's not so much information about Kay Flock's background, one thing we do know is that his mother tried her best to steer him away from trouble by pushing him towards positive activities. In an April 2022 interview, she talked about her son's flair for fashion and how she tried to get him into boxing. She said,
he wanted to actually do clothing designs and stuff like that. Oh, I had him in boxing because that's what we do.
Kay Flock's mother also talked about how she supported his music career early on because she saw it as a way for him to get off the streets and make a career for himself. When asked by the interviewer if she was supportive of Kay Flock's music career, she answered,
the whole entire way. I told him, that's what's going to keep you out of trouble. No problem. Let's go with it. I'm with.
that's what's gonna keep him out of trouble. How's that keeping him out of wait? She probably thought he was gonna be rapping about some positivity, bringing back some of that old school 2000s music. You know what I mean? Nah, my boy was out here rapping about the he was doing. So
And he kept on and kept on. And then I see he started to get serious when he was coming to me. And every day, I need $200. I need $300. I need $600.
Mama Flock, as she's fondly called by fans, noted that even though she wasn't working
hey, she's supportive as hell though. I ain't even gonna lie, his mom was supportive.
at the time because of COVID lockdown, she took some money out of her savings and gave it to him to help him book studio sessions. Flock
Respect, yo, his mama, yo. Shout out. See, I need one of them. See, that's supposed to be the type shit, you know, the sound effect. I ain't got the sound effect board yet. Uh, I will be investing into one. But hey, she believed in his dream. You feel me? Look.
began posting videos to YouTube, and eventually his music began to make an impression on fans. About a year later, he got signed to Capitol Records, and the music industry was buzzing about the endless career possibilities of the ridiculously gifted rapper. However, as fans were getting hooked on Flock's crisp delivery in his songs, behind the scenes, the rapper was already knee-deep in gang activity. From facing a charge of third-degree robbery and receiving a year of probation at the age of 15, Flock quickly became affiliated with numerous street gangs. One of the most prominent gangs that Kay Flock has been linked to is the notorious Sex Money Murder Gang, also known as SMM, originating from the Soundview section of the Bronx. The SMM is no small-time outfit, with roots that run as far back as the early 1990s. The gang was officially founded on July 3, 1993, by Peter Pistol Pete Waller. Under the leadership of Waller, the SMM went about asserting their dominance in Soundview, which put them at loggerheads with several other street gangs in a supreme battle over territory. Before long, SMM became known for drug trafficking, armed robbery, and violent crimes that not only helped them secure territory, but also got them enough cages to keep expanding their operation. Rollick's criminal activities eventually led him to Rikers Island, where an opportune meeting with the leaders of the United Blood Nation, UBN, a powerhouse prison gang, led to an alliance between the two groups. The alliance greatly spread the influence of...
You know what this is teaching us? Together as a little community, this is teaching us to, if you ever go to New York City, make sure you play it safe. You feel me? Play it safe. I'm not saying you're gonna be out there doing the most, throwing up yo, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. But what I'm saying is just be safe, because actually, when you're going anywhere, be safe. But like these main cities, like Chicago, Detroit, New York City, y'all be safe out there. For real, Florida, y'all be safe out there. You feel me? 'Cause Arizona, y'all be safe out there. 'Cause, man, when I tell you, Texas,
SMM to other parts of South Bronx and across Brooklyn. But just as their reach grew, so did their brutality and willingness to use extreme violence in their operation. After a police crackdown on the group, Rollick was eventually sentenced to life without parole after he admitted to killing 6 people in the Stevenson Commons complex in Soundview, a crime
Lord,
that cemented SMM's reputation as one of the deadliest gangs around. But SMM isn't the only gang that K-Flock is affiliated with. According to law enforcement, he's the leader of the notorious street gang Sevside. The gang has a totally different setup from SMM and originated in the Bronx, specifically around East 187, around the same place K-Flock was born and raised. The gang members from Sevside are mostly teenagers and young adults, which would explain how K-Flock was able to take up the reins at such a young age. What the gang lacks in terms of financial might, they make up for with their strategic alliances and ruthlessness. They are allied with gangs from Mount Vernon and Hilltop, together known as the HYTBs, or Hilltop Young Bosses. The alliance was primarily born out of a need for survival and dominance in the increasingly unforgiving streets of the Bronx. As K-Flock came of age, he entered into the fray with 2 of his homies, Dougie B and B-Love, who were also Sevside natives. But with gang allegiance comes inherited beef, and K-Flock's association with Sevside put him right at the center of rivalries and internal conflicts. One of the most notable feuds that Flock got dragged into was the chain-snatching saga involving Dougie B and PNBJ. PNBJ was another rapper from their block and even helped introduce Dougie to the music industry. But as they ventured deeper into street life, they soon found themselves at opposing ends. Things eventually reached a boiling point when Dougie B allegedly snatched PNBJ's chain, a move that is seen as the ultimate sign of disrespect in the streets. Dougie would go on to make things worse by flaunting the chain online in an apparent jab to PNBJ. This led to a heated back and forth between both parties, with Dougie ending up doing some jail time. However, amidst the back and forth, K-Flock couldn't resist the temptation to take a jab at PNBJ as he took to Instagram to brag about the chain snatching incident. As is common in the drill rap scene, K-Flock's rising profile in the streets helped give more credibility to his lyrics, thereby resulting in a rapid rise in popularity. But his continued deep involvement in the streets would eventually lead to far-reaching consequences that started with a RICO charge which stemmed from a 2021 gang-related murder. K-Flock's insane downfall. On December 16, 2021, just a few months after signing a rumored $3 million record deal with Capitol Records.
I don't know. I can't really say he has a downfall, Chad. I can't really say he has a downfall because the simple fact that K-Flock is more relevant than TK. Damn, see, this is why I need a soundboard. But look, TK got, on top of his 55 years, 80 years. Boy, by the time we hear about TK and being free, anyway, but K-Flock will be, I feel like he gonna beat it. I feel like it. I don't know. Oh, wait. All these things popping up from the past, and it's a RICO, and then there was a murder involved before this murder that you beat this murder. You know what I mean? Because homeboy walked out the cut trying to get you. Yeah.
K-Flock's entire world came tumbling down. That day, the rapper was walking through Sugar Hill when Oscar Hernandez spotted him and decided to confront him. CCTV camera footage captures the moment Flock walks past the barbershop in the company of two other people, and a few seconds later, Hernandez can be seen leaving the barbershop he had been in and began following Flock. While the two walk off the range of the CCTV camera as the altercation occurs, it's less than a few minutes before shots ring out. According to reports, he was struck in the back and the neck. Flock immediately fled the scene, leaving Hernandez lying unconscious on the ground. He was later taken to the hospital where he succumbed to his injuries days later. Shortly after the incident, the New York Police Department identified Flock as the prime suspect in the murder and put out a warrant for the rapper's arrest. On December 23, 2021, Kay Flock surrendered to the NYPD, and he was subsequently charged with first-degree murder. But the arrest only marked the beginning of an unending drama that has unraveled so many mysteries and roped several other people into a grand RICO conspiracy. The first drama was when Flock's attorney, Scott Lehman, released a statement the day after Flock's arrest, alleging that the NYPD had received an anonymous tip claiming that someone else was the shooter. The statement read in part, "As for the charges levied against him, we have begun our own investigation into these allegations. More importantly, considering the DA's significant disclosure this morning that the NYPD received a tip saying someone else is the shooter, we demanded the DA's office provide prompt disclosure of the videos referenced in the complaint and more information on the tip." Lehman also noted that they would also be trying to get Flock out on bail once he had reviewed the new discovery.
See, none of this would have happened if Homeboy wouldn't have if he would have just stayed in the shop, he would have been good. He'd have been good. No, that's sometimes you just gotta just let it go. Oh, y'all in the gang life, so.
Fortunately, Flock's bail application was rejected as the prosecution were able to establish that the rapper posed a significant.
I thought y'all give passes when they with their family members. Like, I don't know. Y'all not doing that no more. To each other, y'all okay.
Threat to public safety due to his gang ties. They also argued that the rapper presented a flight risk, citing how he was conveniently able to evade arrest for a week before turning himself into the NYPD. By June 2022, Flock had hired high-profile criminal defense attorney Jeffrey Lichtman to take over his case. Prior to this case, Lichtman has represented several rappers, including The Game and Fat Joe. His first point of call was to admit that Flock was the shooter. However, he revealed that the rapper acted in self-defense after being placed in an impossible situation. Lichtman made these revelations during an episode of Allison Kruger's Allison Interview. During the interview, Lichtman explained that Flock was confronted by Hernandez outside the barbershop before adding that the footage of the incident demonstrates that the rapper wanted nothing to do with the guy. Lichtman said,
"He waves the guy off, he's walking with a young woman, and as shown in the video, the guy is walking towards him in a very aggressive manner. He puts his hands in his pockets, and Kevin is alleged to have seen the guy walking towards him aggressively with his hand in his pocket."
Lichtman said that was when Kay Flock took his gun out and shot the guy and killed him. Lichtman claimed that a loaded gun.
I hear self-defense, cause you could tell how Kay Flock just walked by. He just walked by and that homeboy just come out the cut like peroxide coming out the cut.
Was later found on Hernandez and argued that his client was placed in an impossible situation. He said,
"Somebody's walking up to you with a loaded gun and it's pretty clear he's going to use it with a criminal record a mile long. Do you want to get shot or do you not want to get shot?"
The popular attorney went on.
I don't want to get shot, so I'm about to.
To reveal that Kay Flock will be taking the case to trial and vowed to fight to the death for his client. On February 23, 2023, Kay Flock was charged with racketeering, conspiracy, and more in a federal indictment, along with 7 other alleged members of the Bronx Street Gang, Sev Side and Third Side. According to the indictment, the murder of Oscar Hernandez wasn't a random act or a case of self-defense like Flock's lawyer wanted everyone to believe. Instead, this was part of a much bigger picture, a pattern of violence orchestrated by Sev Side. The indictment alleged that between 2019 to 2022, Sev Side rained terror on the Bronx and Manhattan through a wave of targeted shootings and assaults that resulted in several casualties. These weren't just random incidents, but targeted hits against rival gangs that aimed to show who really ran the streets. The RICO indictment breaks it all down, detailing specific incidents that connect Flock and the Sev Side to numerous acts of violence. One of such incidents happened on June 20th, 2020, when Kay Flock, along with Michael Gant and Isaiah Wilson, allegedly shot at rival gang members. The following year, on November 10, 2021, Flock, Devin Mason, and Urban Beeman allegedly opened fire on rival gang members. The most recent incident highlighted in the indictment happened on February 10, 2022, when Mason allegedly shot at a rival, striking an innocent bystander in the process. At the time of this attack, Flock was already in custody for the murder of Hernandez, meaning the gang had continued their violent activities without their alleged leader or while still receiving instructions from him in jail. Meanwhile, a month after Flock was indicted, one of his co-defendants, Sean Smith, aka Sticky, took to Instagram to allege that he was approached with a deal for a lighter sentence in exchange for information about K-Flock, but he turned down the offer. While sharing a photo of himself and K-Flock, Sticky vowed to stay loyal.
That's a real homie right there, you see?
Even if he meant catching a life sentence. He wrote, "Fought it rolling loud together. Guess we gotta fight these people together. It's all fun and games till them people come." They said, "Tell us about Kevin. Help yourself. 30 years is a long time. Well, guess I'll see you in 30 years." Though many people commended Sticky's loyalty, his admission painted a dire picture of the uphill battle that the group has before them. Several months later, speculations that Flock was about to take a plea deal began to circulate online, and the rapper didn't waste time in setting the record straight. In an October 2024 post on his Instagram story, Flock reassured his fans he was never going to cooperate with the feds. A screenshot of the post was shared on X by Say Cheese, and it read, "I'ma beat my case or get life cause I ain't copping, please." So far, the group have kept to their word and look set to face the maximum possible punishment for their individual roles during the crime-laden reign of the South Side and the Bronx.
Hey, they did the crime. It look like they trying to do the time too. So hey, can't do nothing but respect that.
Already, Flock's career, which was set to take off, has been derailed.
Man, let me tell you, K-Flock, I think you got this, my boy. I think you got this. I ain't even gonna cap. But this has been another video with your boy Slickest Bandino. I just want to let y'all know, one, don't be out here doing dumb shit. Okay, let's be more positive and let's not go to jail. That's the whole. You got a whole life ahead of you. Let's not do none of that. For all my YNs out there that come across this video, think twice, or you're gonna pay the price. For real, for real. Think twice before you pay the price. But this has been another video with your boy Slickest Bandino. Here, not only do we do reaction videos, we do video gaming videos too. You know, so one day y'all might, one of these hours, days, so on and so forth, y'all might catch me playing GTA 5, because most likely that's what I'm on 95.5% of the time. If I'm not playing that, I'm playing Call of Duty. If I'm not playing COD, I'm on Fortnite, Ark Survival Evolved, Hogwarts, a whole bunch of different games, you know what I mean? So please stick around, like, comment, subscribe, so you can always stay tuned from when I drop another video. And I know Easter coming up on Sunday. Y'all stay safe out there. Have a good Easter Sunday. For all my 420 participants, don't drive or you'll get a DUI while you high. You feel me? Don't do that. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Let's play it safe. Get your shit before, you know what I mean? All I gotta say. But other than that, y'all be safe out there and have a good day.